Alright. Yes, here we are, back again with Warframe. Warframe, the free-to-play third-person shooter, action, crazy, ninja, jumping everywhere game that I did a video on before. I was quite interested in it when I did the original video, and now I'm seeing more promise, just continually as I go. This game just keeps getting better, and it's changed enough to where I feel like I should do another video on it. So, here we go! Welcome back to Warframe. This is the 7th update, the 7th big update, and update 8 is coming fairly soon. I believe it's this month, that being the month of May. At time of recording, so, here we go. One of the biggest changes since the last one is the mod system and how the warframes and weapons work. So here we go. If you remember before, weapons as well as your warframe had a sort of skill tree of sorts that you spent points in whenever you leveled up. You got points, you spent them, and it progressed through a kind of grid-like tree where you unlocked different capabilities and things like that. Now, however, it's been changed completely, and the sort of loot system of this game is now based on cards. Yeah. It's kind of awesome, actually. So all of your mods, as well as even abilities and things, will be these cards. You can equip these cards to slots, and as you can see, this little number on the very right of the card right here shows you the sort of capacity that it will be taking up. It acts very similar to a kind of capacity point or CP system that's used in some of the Final Fantasy RPGs, as well as things like Kingdom Hearts and things like that. So yeah. You get these from drops, and from just enemies, bosses, chests, just anything. You can find these cards. There are rarities. There are common, uncommon, rare, and so on and so forth. And that little symbol that you see in the top right, like this one you see those two slash marks. This one you see the sort of vertical bar with the dot, and I'll explain those in a minute. But what you need to know right now is all of the points and everything, the talent points and things, essentially, are replaced completely with this. This is the main system of the game now. So, they are rated towards specific things, so you won't really find one that can be put on anything. You'll find a Warframe mod, a rifle mod, a pistol mod, a melee mod. And they're each different. So, if I configure the mods I have on my Excalibur Warframe, now it is, as you can see, rank 11. So I have a mod capacity of 11 points. So I can put any of my Warframe mods on it that will add up to equal to or less than 11. So I have the ability slash dash. Now, all Warframes still have their 4 abilities, but in this case you actually get them all from the start in the form of the 4 cards. However, they cost a lot, so what's considered the ultimate ability, essentially, is the last one, and these cost 10 on average. Now, really, if I wanted to equip that, I couldn't use anything else, so I could either use the one quite powerful ability for now, or I could do other things. You have to level it up more to be able to equip more than a couple of abilities. So as you can see, I've got the main ability slash dash that I use, which is a nice damage, not really crowd control, but sort of linear area damaging attack. It only costs 1, and I'll show you why in a minute. I also got fast deflection, which gives me shield recharge. This is a lucky drop that I got from a sort of horde attack. I have vitality, which is plus 40% health, and I have rush, which gives me more sprint speed. Now, I also have this vitality right... where'd it go? I guess I leveled up a vitality, but I don't appear to have it anymore, which is interesting. Anyway, these symbols up on the top right of the cards and of these places are called polarities. A polarity is an interesting beast, so if I take this slash dash off for a second, you can see that I have 1 point left. That this actually takes 2 points, so if I try to put it here, I can't, because I only have 1. However, if you put a polarity matched card in a slot, so in other words the slot with those 2 little slash marks, it costs less. so I can do that. But if I put it in a different slot, it costs more. As you can see, this fast deflection has that sort of D-looking symbol. A lot of those D-looking symbols are defensive types of mods. So in this case, it's shield recharge. So it actually costs 4, and I only have 2, so I can't put it anywhere. However, I do luckily have one of those D polarity slots, so put it in there. The cost is basically reduced in half, and it allows me to equip it. Now, I only have one of those, so this vitality doesn't get the boost from that, so it still costs 2 to equip. If I put it there, it would only cost 1. However, this costs more by default, so I put this one there instead. So it gets a bigger reduction. It gets a reduction of 2 points instead of a reduction of 1, which makes sense to me. And we also have this one, which is quite expensive, and it would cost 3, I believe, if I put it in a slot with that bar symbol, but I don't have one of those. So you'll see that these slots that are of this symbol, these 2 slashes, tend to be abilities for the Warframes. These D symbols are defensive. These bar symbols are kind of usually like, oh crap, what am I thinking, like utility stuff. Like, I got another rush, I've got Thief's Wit, it's loot radar, things like that. It's not defensive or offensive, it's utility. And offensive tends to be this V symbol here. That tend to be stuff that will increase your offensive capabilities in some way. So that's all I can really do right now. I'm going to apply that, yes I am sure. And that same system exists for all weapons. So when you level up weapons, you get more mod capacity and you can equip more mods. And they also have polarity slots. This one I don't believe has any polarity slots, so that's unfortunate. But it's a basic starter weapon, so piercing hit, armor piercing damage, speed trigger, more fire rate, which is nice for this because it doesn't fire particularly quickly, and magazine warp, which is more magazine capacity. Now, I thought about equipping that instead of the piercing hit, but I decided just to stay with this for now. And once I get this up to level, let's see, 12, I should be able to equip that as well. I also have this nicer pistol that I got, the Leto Vandal pistol, and I've got quite a bit of stuff on it because it's very high level because it has one of these reactors in it. It came with this. I just got this as a lucky shot from a oh crap, login, a daily login reward. I just luckily got this thing. So I've got it. And it came with the Orokin reactor. If you put an Orokin reactor on something, it makes it have a much higher mod capacity. So those are very rare and very sought after. If you find one, save it and put it. Usually the first thing to put them on is the Warframe you think you're going to be using the most, so you can deck it out with more stuff. Now, I actually shouldn't put that one there, because if I put it in a spot that doesn't match, this is for the purposes of the video, it increases the cost. So what I can do is put this pistol gambit there, so it decreases the cost, and then put this here. That leaves me with 10 still. So that's a lot of stuff to work with, but I only have one other mod right now, and you can't have 2 of these trick mag mods. If I try to put it in there, it flashes red saying, hey, you already got one, doofus, you can't do that. So yeah, but this pistol is pretty beastly right now, and I'd really like to find some more mods if I could for it. And finally, my blade. Yes, my blade. Only thing I found for it is Organ Shatter, which is crit damage, which is still pretty cool. Now, there has been a huge addition of content since the last time I looked at this game, so let's look at the weapons. Look at how many more weapons there are. There's not as much in here as, there's still more than this added. You've got things like the Grakato, which is an extremely fast-firing weapon. You've got the Paris, which is a magnetic sort of rail bow, which I want very badly. And, the whole Snipetron thingy. Heck, which is a powerful shotgun. Pistols have been a lot of stuff added, and again, this isn't everything. You've got the Kraken, which is pretty cool. It's a heavy pistol, but it fires in 2-round bursts. You've got the Viper, which is a fast-firing auto pistol, and you've got Twin Vipers, which is just a shield of bullets. It's just a ridiculous, heavy field of bullets. And some other pretty cool pistols, and melee, there has been a ton of melee stuff. You've got this amazing looking thing that I want, You've got the glaive that I also want, which is a throwing, bouncing disc. You've got these cool ether daggers that are apparently very strong, but more for single target damage, as it says. You've got the ether blades, which seem awesome and I want. You've got these really cool gauntlets here. You've got some other stuff. This isn't, again, everything. Some other stuff can only be crafted and isn't found here until you craft it. So let's talk about that. The foundry. I have a blueprint for the Cronus, which is a stronger longsword that acts just like the Skana, only has more damage. Now, the way the crafting system works is you get these materials, as many as it says, and you pay the cost in credits for manufacturing it, and then you wait. In this case, it would take 12 real-life hours from the point I press the build button, and then it will give me whatever it is that it's supposed to give me. I also, that's why I'm almost out of credits, because I bought this, the Ash Warframe sort of recipe. Now I need to get the helmet, the chassis, the systems, and an Orokin cell in order to build it. It will cost me 25,000 credits in 3 days, but it will give me permanent access to the Ash Warframe, which I want very badly, so I need to figure out how to get all this stuff. Now, you actually go to the market to buy some of this. Some people think the market is only for paying customers, but that is not the case. If I just go to Warframes here, I can buy for real money, which is platinum in this case, any of the Warframes, except for the Prime variants. However, you can also, for credits, the in-game currency, buy blueprints. So if I buy one of these blueprints, then of course it will give me, you know, whatever I'm looking for, the recipe essentially, and then I can make it at some point. So you can also get weapons and things this way as well. So this is not just for users that only pay real money. Visit the marketplace, you can get some stuff there. There are still a lot of recipes and things that you can only get from boss drops and such. However, there's still quite, as you can see, there are quite a few blueprints. I can actually get that Paris for 20,000, which isn't that much. I'm not sure what kind of stuff, like how the kind of resources I would need, but I could check it out at some point, and I will. So, that's how that works. Now, another thing they've added, which is really awesome, is a huge variety to the level design. Before, a lot of it was just very samey ship corridors. Those still exist, however, there have been a lot more rooms added, and now there is other stuff. So, this is on Venus, quite an expansive tree of missions. We have a spy mission, which seems interesting. Also unlocked Pluto. Killican is a defense mission. We could probably do this for a minute to show you a cool outdoor area. Let's do this defense mission online. So here we go. Maybe it'll join me into a squad, and we'll do this. This is essentially a Horde mode. The defense mission type is basically you survive waves of enemies. Oh, they're already not doing very well. Every 5 waves, you get it will essentially roll you a random card, and you can either accept that card and leave, or keep going. And the votes will be tallied up and things like that, and you can get a lot of drops in this mode because there are lots of enemies. So your likelihood of actually getting drops is increased significantly in this mode, and every 5 waves, when you are forced to make the decision to keep going or leave, it generates loot for you, so you get a random card. Now, enemy variety has also been massively increased, as I miss horribly. You can see those crazy Moa things. There are lots of different versions of those. There are now infected, which are your Tyranid / Zerg style people, and there are also Corpus, which are these robotic type of dudes, as well as the Grineer, which were always in the game. So there's been a lot more variety added to the enemies, the factions of the game, which is very, very cool. That adds some much needed variety in terms of the way that, essentially that the system works. Ugh. Now, as you saw there, they've added another awesome thing, which is wall running. You can run straight up walls, you can run along walls, and it adds another really awesome element to the way the game works, which is just super cool to me. The fact that you can do that, and you can even just not jump off the wall like that and just slide down it, I believe, like this. Yeah, and then while I'm doing that, I can shoot at people and stuff like that. and you can continually combo wall slides and some other cool stuff together, and also running along walls can be quite stylish and fun. So, they've added a ton of content. As you can see, there's actually a lot to this now, and I'm pretty happy with it. Those are some corpus soldiers there. It reminds me of Morrowind, the corpus disease. And it's still got some teething issues. Occasionally you see some very weird glitches and some missions that just refuse to play ball. But it's getting more rare by the day, and they're getting pretty bold with some of the really cool things they're adding into this, as far as like just going nuts with the amount of weapons and stuff they're putting in, and I really like that. Also, a lot more Warframe variety. You have now the Trinity Warframe that is more of a support, a healer essentially. You've got the Sarin, which is like a poison or toxin oriented Warframe. You've even got some the Frost, which I believe is the one that did that like frosty shield right here. You've got all kinds of them, and they're bringing the variety up to 11 now, and that's awesome, because that's one of the things that I felt this game really suffered in, is that it had some really cool ideas and some very neat concepts in it, and the gameplay was fun, but it was just so limited because it was like the neat things they offered, that was it. There were only a couple of things, you know, there was a small handful of Warframes, a sprinkling of weapons, one enemy faction, and a couple of enemy types, and sort of randomly generated levels that looked kind of samey and were just corridors. They've switched that up a lot. Even the samey corridors look different now. Just the amount of stuff they keep adding with each update is very impressive, and I'm pretty happy to see the game developing the way that it is. The developers seem to be listening to people. I seem to have lost my ability to jump there. They seem to be listening to people. They seem to be taking a lot of suggestions to heart, and they definitely, to me, it seems like they understand what they want from this game. It seems like they know, you know, how they're developing the game, what they want to do with it. And that's good, because a lot of developers sometimes these days you see give in to certain things instead of realizing their vision, or at least trying to realize their vision, as well as giving their players what they want. And I feel like these guys have reached a happy medium, and that the variety of things that you're seeing is half suggestion, and half, you know, we want the game to act a certain way. And I think the uncompromising nature of some developers is good in some ways and bad in others. And when you have a game, a free-to-play game that is, you know, very much based on an online multiplayer aspect, because that's what it has going for it, is a co-op third-person shooter, sometimes you just gotta listen to your fans. And I really, really like the direction this game is going in. They've added some really cool stuff. Holy crap, that guy is spazzing out. Damn. Alright, we're gonna go over here. Whoa. That's cool looking. Alright, yeah. So as you can see, there is just a crap ton of stuff now. And Update 8 is coming soon. There's gonna be some even more stuff apparently. I'm not sure exactly what all is being added with Update 8. But from what I can tell, they're probably bringing in some new weapons, and they're definitely expanding the mission variety as well. Those crazy infested missions, those get hard. The Ancients are just, they kick the crap out of you sometimes. Ancients are these large mobs that are just evil, and they can stun lock you if you're not careful. And the game isn't easy, he says as he's about to die. And the random nature of co-op, not random, the nature of co-op, drop in, drop out nature of co-op is the term I was looking for. How you can just join a mission very easily and just get on a mission with people and leave if you want just right after that, or keep going. I was on like a 10 mission spree with one guy last night, the night before actually, and we were just conquering missions, doing boss fights, and just not much communication was required really. If we wanted to, obviously we could do some crazy stuff in terms of, like, you know, getting on Vent or something, or even just using the in-game voice chat. and just plan out some cool routes through the planets and things to do some hard missions. But we were just having some casual fun, and it was great. And also, you'll see this. If you press G, you can mark a waypoint, and everyone else will see it. Now, if you do that on items, it will mark the items for everyone. Now, the loot is for everybody. So if you see a card drop, like a mod, it will look like this big sort of blue shiny cylinder, or like thick disc shape. If you see one of those before you collect it, just mark it. And then everyone else can collect it too. So you don't have to fight for loot. And it really helps people because, I mean, everybody's looking for those. So if you mark one you see, then everyone can kind of flock to it. And it's not like you lose it, everyone gets it. So that's pretty cool. It's neato. Uh-oh, you're seeing some more enemy variety here. Those guys are nuts. Those are shockwave moas. They stomp the ground and a big shockwave comes out. And those are ospreys. They're the small flying drones. They can do various things. Those shield ospreys, obviously, as you might guess, project a shield to everyone they're linked to. So they're your top priority to take down in a group of enemies, because those enemies are going to be significantly harder than they should be to kill with that osprey around. You also see mine-laying ospreys. You'll see these crewmen with these fast-firing like plasma weapons or these shocking prods. You'll see those shockwave moas that can just knock everyone down. You can actually jump over the shockwave if you want. And sometimes you'll even see some fusion moas and things that just drop a ton of credits on death and are quite valuable to kill and give you lots of experience for your Warframe and your weapons. It's really pretty cool. The addition and variety to the gameplay in general is much needed, and it's going a long way. So it looks like we're going to keep going. So this will go to wave 10. Usually this is where people stop, because waves about 7 up start to get pretty difficult. So even a big group of people like us doing awesome stuff, we're not going to be able to last forever, and we still want to complete the actual match so we can get our bonus XP and cards and stuff. So usually wave 10 is where a lot of people quit. Not really quit, but they complete the mission there. You can basically choose to complete the mission once every 5 waves. I'm not sure if it goes on just infinitely, if there's a limit, because obviously we usually stop on 10. So I don't know, but hey, it's worth a shot. We're gonna keep going on this. Alright, so the waves get progressively larger, and this is one of the newer modes they've added. They've also added some other raid type of stuff where you have to sometimes just kill everyone, and sometimes do other things like assassinating a particular target, but that isn't a boss. Sometimes you have to actually rescue someone, sometimes you have to kidnap someone, and some other sort of data terminal hacking modes and things that have been kept over. And as you can see, this environment looks nothing like the samey corridors that littered the game before. Those are still in, but in my opinion they've changed them up significantly as well, and there's a lot more variety in the tiles that are used. And there are also, of course, the Corpus ships, which look different, and the infected ships, which have like Zerg creep growing everywhere and stuff like that. So yeah, the variety all in all is appreciated, to say the least. And of course they're adding more combo moves with your melee weapons and different types of melee weapons, and of course now that you can wall run and stuff like that, the enemy variety is increasing as well, as I've mentioned, because of the new factions they keep adding, and the variety in faction of enemies. So you're getting these MOA and these crewmen of the Corpus faction. There are different kinds of each. And you're getting a lot of different Grineer now, the Marines. There are all kinds of them. There are these crazy sniper guys, there are these big heavy guys with like flamethrowers or miniguns, or they're just grenade launchers. There are all kinds of enemies now. And it keeps the game going. The pace of the game is improving drastically as they keep going. Lag issues are getting better. They're listening to feedback when it comes to weapon balance and things like that. And everyone saw that one. That's what a mod looks like. I'm not going to mark it because everyone's picked it up. Hellfire. Fire damage on a rifle? Yeah, I'll take that. Nice. That guy's got an awesome hammer, and I believe that's the Frost Warframe. So he can ice people up. Pretty cool. I'm hoping you're getting the idea now of how this game is developing. It is really something to look for, in my opinion. It is very, very promising. And it's so unique, in my opinion, in fact, that it should be watched. The game is great, and I'm having a load of fun with it. Even just without playing with friends, just jumping on here, even soloing sometimes can be fun, even though it's not easy. And depending on your Warframe and setup, obviously. But just the promise of how the game has been developing and how the updates keep coming makes me excited for the future of this game, and it just... I was hoping for more when the game first sort of caught my radar, and more is exactly what I'm getting, and I could not be happier. So, hopefully... Looks like someone picked up a mod over there. Hopefully we keep getting more. More content, more enemy variety, more mission types, more weapons, more warframes, and more mods. I like this card-based mod system. I think it's really cool. I like it a lot better than the talent sort of system that they had before. And some of the things I'd like to see next, maybe your emplaced weapons would be cool. Some more rifle-type weapons. Maybe some other crazy energy stuff, weapons that act very oddly because they're, like, you know, plasma and laser weapons that act differently and things like that. And overall, the game is far from flawless, but it's developing into something great. And I'm having a lot of fun watching it do so. Also, playing it is good too. So we're going to keep going to the end of this particular wave 10, and I'll quit there. And yeah, so we'll just keep going until then. Things can get very hectic sometimes. We seem to have a nice crew of able-bodied people that know what they're doing. Oh my god, that is brutal. And that's helping us a lot. It's obvious people doing this know what's up. I just sliced that guy in half because I am a badass. And, yeah. The amount of fun that can be had even with an unorganized team like this. I just hopped in here and I mean, this is awesome. I don't know any of these guys. This wasn't an announced game or anything. I just hopped into it. We all joined up and we're being super badasses defending a cryopod. What's better than that? Not a whole lot, to be honest. Alright. There's a lot of heavy fighting going on down here. I need to be of use. Excalibur Warframe is pretty good when it comes to slicing people into pieces. And also, this pistol is awesome. I love it, which is why it's level 11 now. I really would like to find some more pistol mods that I could add to it. Maybe like some cryo rounds or something. That'd be cool. Oh yeah. Enemies going up high levels. Lots of high level enemies. I'd also like to see maybe some more world event type stuff added. Like that Fusion MOA event that was added recently. I'd like to see some more stuff like that. With cool rewards and, oh, Fireball. That's for the Ember Warframe. I don't have that one. I'd like to have it. Keep that in mind. Alright, yeah, we are blasting our way through these. This is awesome. I'm actually a bit low on health right now. Oh, they're dead. Never mind. Someone up there, apparently. Oh, it's an osprey. Kill it! There we go. Oh, there's more still. Crap. I see you. You are so screwed. If I could aim, you would be so screwed, but you're lucky today. Nope, you're dead. Oh, yes. Alright, it's pretty awesome. Yes, it is quite delicious killing everything. So, as a conclusion, I'd have to say I will continue to play this game, and I will continue to show it support, and if they add more stuff, which they seem to be doing, I will make more videos. I mean, if, you know, they feel the need to keep adding cool stuff, why the heck not? Of course I'll make videos about it. So you can expect to see more, I think, as long as they hopefully uphold their current tradition of being awesome, but not overpowering their fan base. You know, not listening to them so much that they make the game themselves. That usually doesn't happen. I mean, I tend to find that devs have a pretty strong bullshit filter when it comes to stuff like that. But generally speaking, it's something you gotta look out for. Right now, their philosophy is working pretty well for them, so that gives me hope that they should be sticking with it. And in the future, we're going to be seeing more high-quality development. A railgun MOA? I've never seen one of those before. But yeah, ow, I'm down. Some more high-quality development from the way these devs have been treating their game as an ongoing, ever-evolving, very cool system of just crazy space ninja badassery, essentially. And I've got a lot of respect for that. Oh man, kill all the things. Yeah. Also, there are sentinels. Sentinels are basically like NPCs that you can have along with you. And I don't actually own one right now because they're kind of expensive as far as that goes. But you can actually have, they're developing a sentinel system now. You can have basically robots chilling with you. It's pretty great. Alright. Seems to be someone running over here. But I do not see them. Oh, they're up here. Hello? Crazy person. I'd like to kill you. Can I do that? Mind? Mind if I kill you? Oh, it's an osprey. Where'd you go? There we are. Alrighty then. There's that done.
Extraction is ready.
Ooh, reflex coil. Charge speed. Yeah, I'm out of here. I think that was a good set of rounds. Charge speed. That's, yeah, I'm definitely equipping that thing. Alright. And congratulations, mission complete. So that, folks, has been an update on the updated Warframe. And how much more awesome they're making it. I look forward to seeing update 8 and maybe 9, 10, and more. And we'll gladly cover some cool points of those when they happen. So, thank you very much for watching. I got the most kills. And I'll see you guys next time.